has been reawakened because we're here to talk about the 2024 Met Gala theme, Sleeping Beauties, reawakening fashion. If you're going to the Met Gala, this video is going to be very important. Also, good for you, girl or boy, get it? We are going to talk about this theme in a way that's a bit deeper than just vintage clothes. Okay, we're going drive. Okay, I don't know what that was, but we're going there. That's what I'm trying to say. We're going to talk about this theme in a deeper way. I just love my mindset is like, yeah, of course people who are going to the Met Gala are going to watch this video. Of course. And if you're not going to the Met Gala, this video is still great if you love fashion, if you love watching the Met, if you want to analyze the looks in a deeper way. What am I coming at this from? Okay, a little about me. I am a PhD student in fashion communication. I'm also a fashion designer school dropout. Don't worry, the dreams are still in the works. And this is my digital classroom where I like to educate and inspire people to think about fashion in a deeper way. So why is the Met Gala even relevant, you may ask? Honey, this is the biggest night in fashion. And just to peel back the layer on what fashion even is all about, fashion is about identity. It is about identity performance. So the Met Gala is the ultimate stage to make an identity statement. Understanding the theme is super important if you want to understand the lens of these statements. In this video, we're going to go into the background of the Met Gala. We're going to talk about this year's theme, and I'm going to give you the categories I think we will most likely see in terms of dress at this year's Met Gala. Met Gala began in 1948, conceived by fashion publicist Eleanor Lambert as a way to raise funds for the newly founded Costume Institute of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. Initially, it was a midnight dinner and the tickets were just $50. My, how things have changed. Over the decades, the gala has obviously transformed under the stewardship of Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour. Side note, Miss Anna Wintour, I love you. We love you. Keep doing you. Who has been the chair of the event since 1955. The Met Gala has ascended since then to new heights of glamour and exclusivity. Today, it's not just a fundraiser, it's the fashion industry's premier annual red carpet event, attracting global media attention and a guest list that reads like the who's who of the celebrity world. People always like to ask, why is the guest list these celebrities of celebrities, you know, the ultimate fame monsters? Listen, honey, we gotta think a little deeper, okay? I see online a lot of people go on and criticize who should be there, who shouldn't be here. Listen, celebrities represent group identity experiences, okay? So the reason why these ultra famous celebrities attend and actually add a lot to the event is because it's kind of like a window into what is this group experiencing within the context of the theme. They're like a symbol in themselves. For example, who does Kim represent? She's the it girl. Who does Amber Chamberlain represent? The blossoming young woman open about mental health. Doja is our rebel, anti-society queen. They're symbols of groups of people through their work, whether they know it or not. And seeing what they wear at the Met Gala is like getting insight into the group experience of the it girl or whoever it may be within the context of the theme. As we anticipate the Met Gala 2024, we must remember this is not just a night of splendor, but also a night of reflection into our society, into the arts, culture, people, places, fashion. It's it. So what does this year's theme, Sleeping Beauties, reawakening fashion, mean? Vogue describes it as cutting-edge curation and technology will together reveal precious masterpieces of fashion as they've never been seen before. The spring 2024 exhibit will be entitled Sleeping Beauties, Reawakening Fashion. Approximately 250 items drawn from the Costume Institute's permanent collection, some very rarely seen in public before, will be displayed in an entirely new way. Andrew Bolton, when do you, the curator, said, fashion is one of the most emotional artistic forms because of its connection to the body. It is imbued with memory and emotions, and we relate to it very much via our senses. One thing I hope this shows will activate is the sensorial appreciation of fashion. Bolton explained that the exhibition will be structured around approximately 15 historically significant and aesthetically beautiful pieces from the collection that are far too fragile to ever be worn again. These are the sleeping beauties of the title, he said. The exhibition will be shaped around three main zones, land, sea, and sky, that pay tribute to the natural world. It's very much an ode to nature and the emotional poetics of fashion. Now, of course, the internet has their thoughts on the theme, and I tend to see a lot of the same concepts like, oh, it's all about wearing vintage looks. My goal here is to make you think about this a little deeper. First of all, what could be the important social question this theme is asking? Because every theme is a reflection of a cultural moment currently going on in our society. So you're actually taking a stance on a social question whether you know it or not. I think the philosophical question at hand with this theme is, what brings life to an object, and can that life process be a sustainable one? Specifically, I think the Met is asking, 1, how do we bring life into fashion pieces that can no longer be worn? 2, does the use of technologies like AI and CGI in the exhibition change our understanding and appreciation of historical fashion? 3, in what ways does the exhibit's sensory elements like touch, sound, and smell deepen our emotional connection to and understanding of fashion history? 4, how can we work with nature within the production cycle of a garment? When you look at the Met through this lens, everything becomes much deeper. Suddenly the event turns into, what are the ways in which we can realistically move forward in the sustainability movement happening in fashion? Let's hear what the fashion scholars think of this concept of bringing life into a garment. First of all, I'm a fashion scholar, and I think bringing life into a garment is such a key question, as it's the first step in making realistic moves forward in the sustainability fashion movement as we work with human nature, not against or in some idealized form. Erving Goffman's dramaturgical theory sees fashion as a performative act. This act not only communicates individual identities, but also reflects a collective cultural narrative. The big point here is that fashion is so personal and emotional, just like Andrew Bolton emphasized. Now, this is interesting. Scholar in Twistle highlights the distinct role of the body in crafting the experience of a garment. She illustrates how a dress, apart from a body, like a costume in a museum, is reduced to a partial snapshot of a dress, and our understanding is limited. For example, without a body, a dress lacks movement, sound, how it's worn, and its fullness. It's incomplete. Through this lens, we can see how a dress is not merely an object, but an embodied activity and embedded within social relations. Taking this into account, I think the question everyone has is if technology can make up for the human experience within fashion. Will it be gimmicky or not? And also, I want to speak to the relationship with nature, as this was brought up as well. It seems the only path forward with nature and fashion is a symbiotic one. This is basically utilizing regenerative techniques within the garment production cycle, which is why this was emphasized above all else by Vogue. By the way, I've done a whole video breaking down the sustainability movement and its relevance today if you want to understand truly sustainable fashion practices. Regardless, I think this event has a lot of potential to raise awareness about regenerative fashion practices. So what can we expect from the 2024 Met Gala looks? The way I see it, there's going to be 4 macro categories of dress, each symbolizing the position of the celebrity or whoever it may be that is reflective of the group identity experience. The first is 1, wearing vintage pieces. This is a very traditional bourgeoisie position, and I don't mean that with a negative air. What I'm saying is that the attitude that we reawaken old looks by re-wearing them honors the fundamental concept that this is a tried and true way to give life to an established voice of the past. It's also extremely exclusive. There's such a limited amount of vintage iconic looks. Getting access to that takes connections. I think within this category, we may see some looks that have a depiction of nature in some way to give an homage, but of course, it won't be limited to just that. 2, people who recreate old looks in a new way. We will 100% see someone in this look, as long as it's not already in the museum and it's allowed. This is a very petite bourgeoisie position. What I mean by that is it's bringing a new perspective to an established voice. It's a very modern approach, and we may see looks that have already been made that are inspired by the past or completely new iterations. I also think we may see looks that include sustainability methods within the process. We may see nature references. We may see an integration of technology. This is where I think everybody's favorite looks will live within because it's more creative. 3, people who disagree. This would be like someone wearing something factory fresh. It would be quite ignorant or just shocking, honestly, to see this. For this theme, it's very avant-garde. Honestly, it's a huge political statement about their opinion on global warming, which in the fashion industry, nobody really debates. So that would really wow me. 4, people who dress completely off the rails. That's like wearing something like makeup or some other ironic costume that's not really wearable. Do not confuse this category with the disagree category. This group is really just critiquing the event at large with some irony. My thoughts on this group are, I don't know, every event, I guess, needs one to humble us all, but you're not really a part of the conversation we're having. It's a route to take, but in my opinion, it's sort of insulting to the event you're at, your peers, even yourself, because There's a sense of resistance to the fame and wealth that you possess and have participated in. I am dying to know what you guys think of the theme and what would you wear? If any of you guys are going, by the way, I have this idea that would be amazing. I am willing to give to you. I'll be your creative director. Just hit me up, shout me out. I'm there. I'm there. Anyways, no matter what, I'll tell you what it is, but in my next Met video, which is gonna be after the Met Gala 2024, where I react to the looks that I'm sure are gonna be fab. Thanks for watching, lovies. Hope you enjoyed, and if you like thinking about fashion like this, please subscribe, because they're gonna come now. They're gonna come faster than before, but they're gonna come. Can I at least go to the Met after party? Like, I would serve. Okay, bye.